hier alsjeblieft? Yo, Flurfs, what's up? It's good to see you all. Thank you all for coming. I'm glad you could make it. Yeah, we got Luch and PJ Cruikshank in Element. How are you guys doing?
I'm all good, mate. I'm all good.
I'm good too.
Oh, it's good to see you guys. Obviously, we're going to be talking about the Mandela Effect tonight. How exciting!
That's an idea. Like Luch is meant to be like inverted quotes scientific baller type person that doesn't believe in anything kind of spiritual as such. So, do you believe in the Mandela Effect, Luke?
If you go by the term, it's a mass misremembering, then yeah, I do.
Right. So you just believe it's a mass misremembering law.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, I see. So you don't really believe in the Mandela Effect.
Well, if you go by
mass misremembrance, then yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
What
other thing could it be?
I see. I actually believe that things have been changed. You know, things have definitely been changed. I don't think it's misremembering at all. I think it's too much of a mass, like you say, to be misremembering. Why do most people, not everybody, remember the same things? It can't be through parody. I don't think it's dodgy memory. It can't be. It can't be because people have got like anchor memories to it. Like, oh, I remember the spelling of that. My teacher said spell it this way because of this. You know what I mean? So there's anchor memories anchored to it as well. Attached to it, should I say?
So, what do you think about
guys, I'm back. My wife's almost finished bathing and my little daughter's crying like crazy in the room.
I did hear that.
Help her with stuff. Very tired. Anyway, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, can hear you.
Yeah.
I can't hear you guys.
You can't hear us.
No. Huh?
Plug this out and
definitely. Maybe the same thing is just to be flat. You hear us?
Okay, now I can hear you guys.
Testing.
All right, cool.
Okay.
So anyway, we got 26 votes, guys. You are for the Mandela Effect as a thing, which is yes 46%, no 46%, and I'm in between 8%. And it's changing as we go along. I see there's a lot of people that are not for the Mandela Effect, and that's the whole reason I put the stream up. Why do you think that is, guys?
Because it's a hard thing to deal with. I mean, especially for people like us who are Christians and we're saying that the Bible changes. It's got to be a hard thing, and I can understand why certain people can't accept it. I'm not going to say any names, but I can understand why they don't accept it because it's a spiritual thing. It's something you kind of depend on, you know, the Bible for your wisdom, to know Christ, stuff like that. So I can understand that it's hard to accept because of your spirituality. It's hard to accept because it's hard to accept that things can change physically, you know. But we have a supernatural side to our world, so I believe it can happen, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I look at it this way as well. We live in a spiritual realm. As much as there's natural tendency, I mean, we're all natural, we still live in a spiritual realm.
Well,
I mean, and if you are a Christian and stuff, you're supposed to know this. You're supposed to know there's such things as demons and angels and everything. And they're all based in the spiritual realm. Now, when it comes to physical, natural things changing, that's possible because supernatural is
Yeah.
above nature. And if we take the Bible's words, for instance, changing, it's physically changing because of spiritual intervention.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Of course.
And I mean, the Bible even says these type of things will happen. So it's
Yeah.
part of
Exactly.
the it's part of the times.
Yeah. Exactly.
And I understand where people feel okay, they're getting triggered by this and they're getting angry and stuff on this, and they don't really like the subject. They want to stay away from it. Well,
Hmm.
that's their issue. They can do it as they want.
Yeah.
Um,
Exactly.
but it's between them and God at the end of the day, because they are making the words of the Bible
Mm.
to have some, how can I put it, supernatural glorification, where it's just words.
Mm.
You have to face the facts. A Bible is written by a person. They were written by
Exactly.
men, actual human beings,
Exactly.
inspired by God. Okay?
Exactly. And then Jesus is the word. He's the logos. He's the actual word. With discernment in Christianity and people that already know what the Bible used to say in that, and it doesn't change the message completely. You know, whatever it says, it's changing little things here and there. It's not changing the entire message of the Bible. You know,
Hmm.
the message of the Bible is still there. The Gospels are still there. It's still the same meaning. It's still the same spirit. You know.
Yeah, that's what I say. I think that people got to try and discern the difference between the words of the Bible and God as the word.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because his word never changes. But the
No.
Bible's words can be changed, and it's been shown to change.
Yeah.
Heck, I mean, even you go back to history when they took the Apocrypha out. That
Yeah.
has changed the Bible. You understand? It's still just a book. It's ink
Yeah.
on paper.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't change the fact that there is still Apocrypha out there. It's still
Yeah.
there. It's in existence. Just the same as if we're going to go through tonight the different verses that have been, as we call, Mandela affected. Because
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of evidence for it.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
I don't know how to break this to people, but just because you don't accept the evidence doesn't mean there isn't evidence.
Yeah. It's like when we're kids and we believe in magic and in fairy, all that kind of stuff. We believe in magic, then we realise that it's not real, and then later on, you become a Christian, you realise, oh, blooming hell, black magic and that is real, but it's not good. You know what I mean? So there's definitely spiritual things. There's definitely kind of like evil forces and God and good, obviously.
Hmm.
Evil coming from the devil himself, and good coming from Jesus. You know, it's
Okay.
it's evident. It's evident. I mean, it might not be. I can't see how it's not evident to everybody. These Mandela effects. Even the people who deny it have been affected by it. They definitely know a few of the Mandela effects. Like, oh, I did used to think it was that, but I'm just misremembering. I don't understand how
Well,
masses of people can misremember the same thing.
I mean, we're going to watch some videos tonight as well, and we're going to go through some of the scriptures that have changed.
Mm.
And then I want people to sit back and be honest with themselves and say, and think for a bit.
Yeah.
How is it that possible millions of people have the same false memory of something? How likely is that?
It's not likely at all. It's not. It's not.
I
I can't see
mean,
it.
the unlikeliness of that is insane.
Mm.
I mean, let's for instance say, I can say there's a Jenna out there. I've never met a Jenna before. But we remember exactly the same event, doing exactly the same everything. To the T, we remember the same event. Okay,
Yeah.
we've never met each other before.
Yeah.
How do we remember the same event if we've never met each other before?
Exactly. Exactly.
How does it come out later that, hang on, what we both remember is not correct? And then you say, okay, but wait, there's millions of others that remember the exact same thing as you. That's why I say this is all just spiritual, guys. And the Bible talks about this.
Exactly. I mean, a lot of people think we're just swayed by Brian Staveley, but I believed in the Mandela effect well before I knew who Brian Staveley was. I just think he's good at what he does. Absolutely.
Yeah. And I have to correct something. Brian Staveley's not a new ager, Paula.
No, he's not.
And I'm going to say straight out, I do not agree with Paula's reasoning behind this and how she's trying to misrepresent and lie about me. Yes, straight out, lie about me and the other people on my panel about the subject. And if you don't believe me, we have all the evidence we need to show it. And I'm going to say it again, Paula. I cannot help you're a hypocrite, and I cannot help I'm trying to help you understand that throwing everybody under the bus because you don't believe what's being presented to you doesn't make the rest of us.
Yeah, she's lying. But saying that we all lit into her and got triggered when it's Harry got triggered. She made the video. She's the one that went on about it and left our study group because she can't study with people that believe that.
The thing is, she just writes. The problem is she just writes off everybody if they don't agree with her.
Well,
that's the whole reason why she left my channel in the first place as a mod. Because I disagreed with the timing out she did.
I knew that she left that because I wasn't here that night, but I knew she didn't come in. But I had no idea that she blocked you.
And that's the reason, because she timed someone out and just said, "Okay, Paul, I'm untiming this person out because I don't agree with you." She literally attacked me, and then left my Ellement stream, and then blocked me from her channel.
I had no idea she blocked you until the other day.
And I just left everything until I saw this whole thing where she's attacking you guys on the Mandela Effect and calling us all New Agers and things like that.
Yeah.
And then I interacted with her on her video. And then, but nobody can see my comment. So then I asked her, "Did you block me?" She says, "Yes, she blocked me." And then it went on from there. And then I just said, "I'm just trying to help you. It doesn't help pushing people out because they don't agree with you." And yeah, she got really ugly. And now she's going behind our backs on other people's streams. That's the whole reason I'm saying this. And bad-mouthing us, misrepresenting what we say, and lying about us. Yes, guys, lying.
Yeah.
It's not maybe making little things up. She's literally lying about us. And we got the evidence to show it. So that's the last I'm going to say about that. I will pray for her, and I hope she understands what she's doing is dishonest, and it's not supposed to be her character.
No, exactly. So, and I respect her for her knowledge and that of the Bible, but I can't deny something that's happening. If I say no, I just don't believe in Mandela Effect, I'm lying. I'm lying to myself and I'm lying to you. If I say no, it can't be true because the Bible can't be changed, then I'm lying because I've seen it. I respect.
Exactly. So,
where have you seen it?
What do you mean? Well, I've seen the scriptures changing.
We're gonna go through it tonight.
Yeah. But what's the point of changing one line from a movie or one?
No idea.
No, we're not talking about the movies and stuff. We're talking now about the Bible specifically.
Yeah.
Obviously, the movies and stuff have changed things and everything. I mean, there's a whole bunch. But tonight specifically, we're trying to concentrate on the Bible aspect because we're trying to show it's spiritual, and the Bible specifically prophesies about this event.
But I have no clue why, Luch. But I can just tell that I can see that it's happening. Don't know why. Don't know how. But I could see that something's happening. So I can't deny that. I don't know how. I don't know what's causing it. I can speculate. But that's only speculation.
Exactly.
All right. I'm interested to see this now.
Yeah. Okay. We're going to go through some stuff. And Paul's exactly correct, guys. Jesus is the Word. That's what Jesus is. He's the Word. He can't change. No. The Bible is just ink on paper. Correct. Yeah. Worshipping the Bible is the same as worshipping other false idols. And that's why the people get triggered. It's as simple as that.
It wouldn't warrant us against it in Revelation 22. It says it at the end of the Bible before it says Amen. It tells us about changing the words of the Bible. Warning against it.
Exactly. So yeah, this is why I say a lot of people get triggered by this because they are, without realizing it, worshipping the Bible as God, not God as God. Because
So you can bring up.
sorry,
Sorry.
I mean let's look at
So you can.
let's look at 1 John for instance. In the beginning was God, and God was with the Word, and the Word was God. Was there a Bible in the beginning, guys?
No, in the beginning, no.
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 Anyway, let's watch this first video from Michael. Shout out to Michael Khan. Unfortunately, he can't make it tonight because he is editing a video that's being released tomorrow. So do stay
Stephen
tuned.
King.
It's going to be an epic video.
Stephen King. That used to be my favourite writer, favourite author
Oh.
back in the day, before I
Wait.
was Christian.
Oh, sorry. Wait. Yeah. So not released tomorrow. Mine's being released tomorrow. His is
Tuesday.
released Tuesday. There we
Yeah,
go.
because we were going to do my testimony on Tuesday live, but because we've got an absentee now, we're having to rethink things, and so Mike will be putting a video out on Tuesday instead.
Yeah, and it's going to be quite good. So definitely do stay tuned for that. Okay, you guys ready to watch Michael's video?
Let's do it.
Let's do this.
Isaiah chapter 11 verse 6. The lion shall lay down with the lamb. Only it doesn't say that in any Bible anymore. It says the wolf shall dwell with the lamb. Well, this is The Dark Tower by Stephen King. Just listen to this.
Hacks uttered a heavy, whistling sigh. Will they curdle and hold their bellies and cry for their mamas? I suppose they will. It will be like a going to sleep, the guard said,
guys.
but his voice was too confidently reasonable. Of course, Hacks said, and laughed. You said it yourself. Soldier, ask not. Do you enjoy seeing children under the rule of the gun when they could be under his hands, who makes the lion lie down with the lamb?
Mm-hmm.
Hacks.
See, that was the joke. So, and that's just showing you that
The lion
people,
led.
yeah, believing it as well as us. Sorry, I didn't realise.
No, yeah, no. But yeah, that says it out straight.
Yeah, now that's Stephen King, who's somebody who doesn't believe in God. You know what I mean? And even he knows that says that.
But don't worry, there's another video we're going to show off this, where a guy, like 100 years ago, actually got a gravestone made for him with the lion and the lamb.
That's
And
right.
the church specifically didn't want him to put it on his gravestone. But you'll see, it's actually quite interesting.
Down with the lamb. So, multi-million novelist researches his books and that, quoting from Bible. Is he misremembering or is he Mandela affected? I'll let you decide.
Yeah, and I would say somebody like Stephen King, because he's a good author, would be very thorough in his research. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Spicing it up.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
But I mean, it's insane how people can just accept anything they want to accept.
Stephen Hawking was always Hawkins before. Yeah, I think so as well. Seeing this step, I believe it was Stephen Hawking. Are you hearing us, Flats? Are you having trouble?
With?
Oh, I thought you were having trouble hearing us.
No, I can hear you guys.
Well, if you visited the
I'm just trying to get the new video up.
This
There we
new new setup in Element's strange because everything's smaller. But in this setup, for some reason, I think it's when you show all your tools, all your controls, you can actually I can pause you live for some reason. I can't do that in normal Element. It's weird.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I just thought I'd do it this way because it's I don't know. Maybe it just helps with the copyright stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
because you split. It's not a full screen. It's split up, and it's
and we're commenting the whole time and everything.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I'm trying it this way, and I think it's actually quite easier for me to do it this way. Others anyway. So, but anyway, thanks all guys for coming. Appreciate you all. Please hit the like, share the show, and yes, I do understand people don't all agree with the same thing.
No.
If we all agreed on the same thing, it would be a very boring life.
Well, that's it. I mean, Gavin B says he thought it was Hawken. I mean, I thought it was Hawkins, Someone thought always think it was Hawking, but it can be. That's the thing with the Mandela
I always
effect.
thought it was Hawkins. I never thought it was Hawkins.
Yeah, well, there you go. Someone else thinks it's Hawkins as well. That's the thing with the Mandela effect. It might not just be one change. It can flip flop back and forth, or it could be different changes. Like more than one.
Yeah.
Because there's been a few flip flops as well, hasn't there? Where it's gone back, and it's like, no, it's never been that. And it's always been that, and it's back again. It's crazy.
Yeah. Blue Pac-Man's channel, guys. If you haven't subscribed to Blue Pac-Man, you should do so now. Definitely well worth it. A great channel on the Mandela Effect. Has some great stuff. You guys ready to watch his video?
Let's do it, man.
Now remember, guys, this is an actual news broadcast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ellement Museum of Art over the years, you probably noticed a giant statue of a lion in one of the gardens.
Yeah, but Lee, it's gone now, but it didn't go very far. Our Dave Arnold found it in Chagrin Falls, in all places, the cemetery.
Why would it have to be gone though? That's weird.
I mean, a statue. Would you really put up a statue in the memorial of a scripture if it's the wrong blooming scripture?
Exactly.
The wrong thing to represent the scripture. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy.
I recently brought you a story from the Chagrin Valley Art Center where they agreed to disagree with city officials on whether this was art or whether this was a sign. Now reverse the clock more than 100
So you can clearly see there, lion with the lamb.
Yeah.
The lamb's lying with the lion.
Yeah.
I agree.
100 years and village officials.
You did used to say that, yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Christians, non-Christians, no matter who you are, always knew it as the lion lies with the lamb.
Yeah.
And that's not what it says in the Bible.
It says, what does it say now?
We're going to get
The wolf.
The wolf.
The wolf will
shall
dwell
fall
with the lamb.
Will dwell with the lamb, exactly.
The wolf dwells with the lamb.
Yeah.
Ah.
Really
The
odd.
wolf in the Bible is always usually represents something bad, like wolf in sheep's clothing, that kind of thing.
Nayakis, I'm glad you like the thumbnail. I think it's a cool thumbnail too.
It is a cool thumbnail, actually.
I found like this interesting Bible thing. I was wondering if you'd be willing to take a look at it.
Yeah, we can check just now. Let's quickly
I
just
sent
get
it
through.
to you on Discord. You can finish watching this if you...
Yeah, we've still got a few things to go through. We'll see how time plays out and stuff.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, sure.
Officials once again found themselves in an art controversy. This sculpture by one man desiring it to be on his gravestone. And that's where this lion story begins.
Is based on the Bible verse, Isaiah 11:6.
A sixth generation.
Isaiah 11:6. Okay. Let's quickly go and see what Isaiah 11:6 says.
Yep.
Can you guys see this on screen?
Yep.
Yes.
And it specifically is referencing the lion with the lamb, correct? That's what she's saying.
Yep.
Okay, let's read it out. The wolf also shall dwell with the lamb, and the leopard shall lie down with the kid, and the calf and the young lion and the fatling together, and the little child shall lead them. That's the King James Version. Let's get another version just in case people think it's just me. Let's say the Message Bible.
And the thing is as well, not all the Bibles changed at the same time. Like some of them still said wolf for a while, some of them still said lion for a while, but now they seem all to say wolf.
Exactly.
So I remember reading, when I first heard of it, I read the King James, and it said wolf. And when I read the New King James, it said lion. But now it says wolf.
Exactly. And now it says, the wolf will romp with the lamb, the leopard sleep with the kid, calf and lion will eat from the same trough, and a little child will tend them. And a little child will tend them. That's the Message Bible. Let's go to maybe.
It could be as simple as a translation error.
Every single translation, every printed Bible
will tell you.
You get this.
If you get a Bible dated 1861, it'll still say wolf.
Yeah.
You know?
Look, the New International Version. The wolf will live with the lamb. The leopard will lie down with the goat. And the calf and the lion and the yearling together. And the little child will lead them.
Yeah. People have checked these things out, Lou, to see if it is just Bible people changing the Bible itself. The companies, whoever's putting out the Bibles and that, but it's not. It's been checked over. And if you, like I say, you can get a Bible that you've had in the house for 60 years, and you've always been sure it said lion. You can go and read it now, and it'll say wolf.
Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's still more to this video, though. Let's go watch.
Chagrin resident and relative of a 19th century blacksmith,
Henry Church Jr. was my great-great-grandfather.
Jane Babinski explains why Section 11 of Evergreen Hills Cemetery in Chagrin Falls has been getting its lion's share of attention recently.
In 1996, the Cleveland Museum of Art requested to have it in a show. Along with a couple of his other pieces.
The lion had been vandalizing the cemetery before that over the years.
So you can clearly see the lion with the lamb on the...
Absolutely.
Curves and textured work unappreciated. So at the museum, it safely stayed until...
The curator called me and wondered what I would like to do with it. So that was an easy answer. Bring it back to the cemetery.
At the end of the 1800s, Henry Church and his work had set themselves apart.
He was also a spiritualist by religion.
But making sure his lion was destined for his gravesite wasn't easy.
The forefathers...
Now tell me that, guys. Why would this church would be very spiritualist, as they say. So he would be very finicky with what he wants on his gravestone, like you said.
Yeah.
So he would really keep to what the Bible says, correct?
If you have something on your gravestone, it's usually because that's your favorite scripture all your life, something like that. It's something. It means something to you. That's why it's there on your epitaph or whatever we call it. So yeah, I'm sure you would have that right. If you would say to your family or life, when I die, you know what I mean? If I go before you, I want this. You know what I mean? And they usually tell them why, because that's my favorite scripture. That's what I've gone by. You know what I mean? That's how I live my life. That kind of thing. I don't think they get things like that wrong.
Yeah. The Naicus is correct. This was something that also caught me. Planets. I never used to read planets in the Bible.
No, me.
And now it's everywhere.
Yep.
I mean, like 2 Kings 23:5, he says. It's showing up as planets in a few versions. And I never read it as planets, even when I was a Glober.
Yeah, because the Bible never described them as planets. It's wandering stars, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's an Enoch. That's an Enoch.
Yeah, but I read it as the wandering stars even before Enoch.
Of course.
So it's really weird.
Fathers, they did not want it up here, and he finally said to them, if you will not allow me to have it at my gravesite, then I will just live forever. It worked, and they signed off on it.
It's now Chagrin's favorite news item.
I'm just so impressed with his work.
Live on 5 in Chagrin Falls, I'm Dave Arnold.
Well, the lion is now in its permanent home for good at the top of the hill of Evergreen Hills Cemetery. Sure to be a Blossom Time favorite visiting hotspot this coming Memorial Day weekend.
Wow.
You just forgot. Okay, Moxie, we just forgot.
What now?
Moxie thinks we just forgot.
What did we forget?
Exactly. What did we forget? Planets from Wandering Stars.
Okay, ask me how so many people forget the same thing. Are we all neurologically linked to something? Do I have the same thoughts as you, PJ?
No, definitely not.
I think when people say that they all misremembered the same thing, they aren't specifically referring to the Bible. They're referring to small things like the Star Wars line or the song line.
No, we're talking about people that specifically remember biblical scripture being what it used to be.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, people that believe the Bible part of the Mandela Effect also believe in the obviously the commercials. It's not just commercials in films though. It's landmass. It's continents. They've moved. Things like that. That's part of the Mandela. I mean, this show's about the Bible. It's a wide range of things.
Yeah.
And things like even events that never happened are coming into like Black Tom. Nobody had ever heard of Black Tom before, and now Black Tom was a big terrorist thing before the first ever terrorist thing that happened in America. Apparently, Black Tom was the first one.
Yep.
And nobody ever heard of it, and that's why you can't go up to the Statue of Liberty torch. And people remember going up to the torch, but apparently you haven't been able to go up there since what 1915 or something, 1916 or something like that. Maybe a bit later.
But I want to talk about maybe on the symbology of the wolf and the lamb.
Yeah.
Think about that, guys. When you talk about the wolves in sheep's clothing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why specifically is it the sheep, the wolf will lie with the sheep?
Yeah, it's implying Jesus and the devil together, you know?
Isn't, like, the wolf in sheep's clothing a reference to, like...
Deception.
Deception,
a trap? Yeah, deception. Yeah. Like a man dressing up as a woman or something.
Yeah, it's sort of like...
That's a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Yeah, it signifies like if you have a flock of sheep. What is it, a flock? Whatever. You have sheep, and a wolf dressed up as a sheep comes and acts as one of these sheep, all just to sow dishonesty and things in there.
Deception, yeah.
Deception. And that's practically what it is. So
I mean,
it could be, you could see it as the wolf in sheep's clothing has come and merged himself to sleep with the church and deceive the church.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what's Moxie saying? Is he talking to you, Flat? Speaking of forgetting any DMs you forgot to respond to recently. I don't know if that means Moxie spoke to you in a DM or something.
I don't know. Maybe I did forget, mate. I'll check it out.
I don't know if he's talking to you. I just seen that. I thought he was talking to you.
Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay. Anyway, we got this on screen from medium.com. The Mandela Effect and the Bible. This is from the Deconverted Man. He was a Christian before, and he is obviously not a Christian anymore, which is sad. Unfortunately, that's happening a lot today because it's a great falling away. It's just like the Bible says will happen as well. So,
Gavin B. The Black Tom one's quite recent, maybe a couple years old. It doesn't go as far back as when we first started recognizing the Mandela, but I started hearing it about 2 years ago, I think, about that possibly.
Yeah. Yes, the lion will definitely tear a wolf apart. Remember, a wolf is more like a pack animal. The way it hunts is in groups. A lion is able to... Obviously, they're also hunting groups if they're hunting, for instance, like a large animal, for instance, a buffalo or a elephant. But they are able to hunt on their own as well.
Yep.
Okay. So, the Bible is seemingly inerrant word of God, being affected by the mysterious and controversial Mandela Effect. Ever since leaving religion... By the way, Christianity is not a religion. I just have to point that out to people. And thus relinquishing the view of the reality that Christianity requires, I've become quite fond of pondering non-mainstream views of reality. I write about this in an article on the simulation theory. You know what's odd? He throws Christianity away for simulation theory.
Simulation. I know. Rather believe that someone bigger than us has created some computer game rather than God doing it. You know.
Yeah.
Some people do believe in the simulation theory.
Quite a few.
I know they do. I know a lot of people do.
Single step, yes. Most of the time, the females do the hunting, but you do on occasion get the males do hunting as well. Okay, so
he never hunts. He's too lazy, lol. And you on about his rampant alibi.
Okay, so whatever. And again, when I explored astrotheology in the Bible, again that's nonsense. Besides those, I am also intrigued by the Mandela Effect. I was very interested to learn that the Bible is not immune to the Mandela Effect, something I agree with him on, because it's just ink on paper. What is the Mandela Effect? First, let's back up. Let's back up those who have never heard of the Mandela Effect before.
Okay.
The Mandela Effect is a phenomena in which a large group of people share a false memory. The term was coined by writer Fiona Broome, who discovered that she and others distinctly remembered Nelson Mandela dying in prison in the 1980s, when in fact he survived and went on to become South Africa's first black president. There are numerous examples of Mandela Effect affecting people's memories and seemingly well-known aspects of popular culture.
Yeah. Could I just say that Fiona Broome was a necromancer of some sort, but it doesn't mean to say she was wrong about the Mandela Effect, you know? I don't agree with anything like necromancy, don't do that kind of crap, but yeah, she was apparently she was a necromancer, but that's got nothing to do with the Mandela Effect, you know?
No. The Bible specifically teaches against necromancy, by the way, guys. And Mandela Effect is not necromancy. It's got absolutely nothing to do with it, by the way.
Exactly.
It's
but
I
remember, I'm sure I remember Mandela in the 80s. It wasn't a big one for me when I first heard it. I mean, that's why it's called the Mandela Effect, because of Nelson Mandela. But it definitely rang a bell when I heard that he died in the 80s. I was like, that rings a bell. But other Mandela Effects since then, yeah, a lot of them resonate, and some of them I'm definitely sure of, you know?
But yeah, it's...
I saw in those examples with the wolf and the dwelling with the sheep, or the lamb, my bad. It was it consistently mentioned the lamb, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
The lamb's always.
So it wasn't really that big of a change.
No, well, that's the thing. The changes are never
very
that
subtle.
big.
They're very subtle.
So
it's understandable that you'd misremember it, right? Because it's very subtle.
Not all these people.
Okay, does a wolf sound anything or spell anything like lion?
Yeah, and why would you make a monument, a statue of a lion when it's actually a wolf? Wouldn't you think you'd get that right? Especially, and it's not just one statue. There's umpteen. There's paintings on it.
There's songs about it. There's
songs about it. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like, it's the same as
they heard it from someone else.
No,
or
these are actual. These are even scholars that actually studied the Bible.
So you're saying we can never trust our memories at all? Never trust our memories at all. So all them good things that happened when you were a kid with your parents or whatever, all that thing.
I'm not saying that.
Well, that's the thing. You are.
It's just that the memories are really subtle, you know?
What's a memory? Let's put it this way, Lou. What's a memory?
Something you remember.
That happened, yeah.
So let me say, let's say you have a memory of you riding a bicycle when you're small and you fell. You remember that. That physically happened. It's a memory.
Yes. Yes.
So if you have a memory of something being a certain way, you physically remember that being that way, correct?
Supposedly.
So if I read in the Bible all my life, the lion shall lie with the lamb, that's a memory that I remember. It's not something I misread constantly.
Yeah, but
is it?
I heard it as, you know, that back to that Star Wars line.
Yeah.
No, I am your father. Yeah. I remember it as Luke, I am your father. But it's not. It's no, I am your father.
Exactly.
So I misremembered.
He didn't misremember.
That physically happened.
But that's
even
the
with
point.
that, the guy that played Darth Vader, the one that did the voice, James Earl, whatever his name is, I can't remember, something like that. He was in an interview and he even repeated the line that he said, and he says, when I come to the part, and he's remembering, Luke, I am your father, he repeats it, Luke, I am your father.
Even interview says it.
Yeah, in an interview, he says it, he said that.
Then he misremembered.
Well, what about 3CPO's legs that are gold? And he says, no, they've always been silver. But you literally got footage of it being gold. You got memorabilia of it being gold. Everybody remembers it being gold.
Yeah. Monopoly Man's a big one. Nobody's misremembering Monopoly Man.
Nope. The
Mirror,
Monaco.
mirror. And then the thing is about mirror, mirror. If you go to the DVDs of mirror, like what is it? What is that? Sleeping Beauty. What is it?
Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who is the fairest of them all?
Snow White. Snow White. It's Snow
Yeah.
White.
Mhm.
Snow White. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm saying Sleeping Beauty. It's Snow White. But if you go to the DVDs where it's changed to Magic Mirror on the Wall, if you go to the German translations and the other foreign translations, it still says Mirror, Mirror. So they've changed the movie, but they haven't changed the translations to it. It still says Mirror, Mirror, but the English will say Magic Mirror. You know?
Yeah.
And it's not just,
Mirror on the Wall does sound better than Magic Mirror.
Yeah, but it's never been Mirror, Mirror. It's always been
Magic Mirror.
Who knows why people change things? It could be that they just
The problem is this has to be
It
spiritually.
could be then,
Luch,
it just sounds cooler.
Luch, the thing is this has to be spiritual.
Because no one's physically done it.
Yeah, it just changes over time, and there's what they call evidence that it's been changed.
If you can get,
residue, as they like to call it.
If you get the first ever copy of Mirror, Mirror, the first ever copy it was on sale of Sleeping Beauty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'll say Magic Mirror. It won't say Mirror, Mirror.
It will say Magic Mirror. I agree. Yes, it was Magic Mirror. Yes.
But it wasn't.
Okay. Anyway, we're getting off.
Wait, what?
We're trying to keep with the Bible and stuff for this show anyway. We've got a lot to go through still, guys. But there's so much.
Yeah.
Let's see. Mandela effects in the Bible. Okay? It seems the reality-altering Mandela effects are not reserved for popular culture. It's changed some popular verses and stories from the Bible as well. Let's see what it is. The animals are listed in Isaiah. This is what we just read. The lion and the lamb, blah, blah. It's a lion, right? But according to Isaiah 11:6, the animals are actually wolf and the lamb.
Mm-hmm.
Despite this reality, there are plenty examples of lion and the lamb. Imagery in Christianity, there are stained glass windows, there's artwork, there's coloring books for children. Hell, some Christians have even had animals tattooed on them.
That's right.
This is not a difference in translations. They all say wolf.
Yep.
A lion and a lamb are never portrayed together in the Bible. In any translation, even Chris Tomlin got it wrong in the lyrics of his hit worship song, How Great Is Our God, and it seems to be bothered to be... What? And seems no one bothered to correct him, even up until now. Yep, and I love that song, How Great Is Our God. How great is our God.
Yeah, like
me how great. That was an awesome song.
That's one, yeah. I remember singing that in the early 2000s, I think, late 90s maybe.
Here's another one. Exodus 34:14. Let's complete this. Do not worship any other God, for the Lord whose name is a jealous God. This was one that caught me as well. Because I used to read this as his name is Jehovah.
Yeah, Jehovah.
That's how I read it always.
Yeah, Jehovah, I'm sure that.
And it says they're all wrong. The verse actually reads, do not worship any other God, for the
name is
Lord
jealous.
God whose name is jealous.
That's right.
Is
it was
a jealous
never named
God.
jealous. It did say is a jealous God. But it
Uh-huh.
didn't say name is jealous. It didn't say name
Exactly.
is jealous. It definitely says is a jealous God, yeah. But not name is jealous. Why would it repeat it? Name is jealous is a jealous God. It doesn't, nah. And it was only a few years ago I probably read that and it didn't say that.
Gavin B, I don't agree with tattooing your body because it is supposed to be the temple.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it's based in culture today and many Christians get tattoos before they even become a Christian. So it's not going to make them not a Christian anymore. You know what I mean?
No. Of course.
I just think it's something that I don't know. I don't think it's something really that's going to alter you from being a Christian or being able to.
It's not a salvation.
It's not a salvation issue. Let's put it that way. Hey. Okay, next one. Matthew 18 verse 20. For where two or more gather in your name, correct?
Yeah, well,
There
two
I
or
am
more.
with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Guess what it says now?
It limits it to 2 or 3.
Now it's for where there are 2 or 3. And the thing is, when I was still in what's it, youth, we used to make a joke with this and say, yeah, it's an unlimited amount of group, because he's saying the more the better.
Exactly.
Now this is limiting to 3 people.
Yeah, exactly.
Why is it just limiting to 3 people?
I'm still gonna go. I'm still gonna say it's a misremembering.
Okay.
Because, like, why? Why would? Why?
Have not got a clue.
Because it's part of the Great Deception.
Yeah, could speculate on it, but I can't tell you for sure. But I know it's happening.
Let me ask you a question. What is the character of Satan?
Yeah, exactly.
What's his character?
He deceives.
To deceive.
The pentagram.
No, his character. Yeah. Okay.
What is his personality like?
Hey, David, good to see you, man. But I mean, think about it this way. He wants to be God. That's his whole persona.
Yeah.
And he wants to do a whole 180 from what God is. So in the what the Bible says in the end times, what will be good will be bad, what will be bad will be good. You know, it's like literally reversing roles.
Yeah.
So if he's reversing scripture to mean something else, it's going to get people to learn the wrong words. You understand? So it's going to have a different meaning. But he is not powerful enough to change God's actual word. You understand? That's why we actually have the memories of this. Because God's word never changes. Hey, Liv, yeah, you can join for sure, mate. Anytime. You got the link up here. You can click in and come in. Be great to have you, man.
That's another thing that the Nayakas, I don't know how to pronounce that.
Bible,
Luch, there's a Mandela Effect where there's a movie called Sinbad. Everybody remembers the movie
Sinbad, I remember that.
It never existed. It never existed. So how do people misremember a movie that never existed?
And Sinbad, I see his face in front of me now. What was that guy?
Sinbad, the sailor.
Yeah, Sinbad the sailor. But
the unlucky one that made the ship sink.
No, it's not that movie. It's no. It was that. No. The guy's called Sinbad. The movie was called. No, hold on.
No, what? No, the guy's called Sinbad. Yeah.
What happened to Sinbad? Yeah, he's called Sinbad.
The movie's called Kazam or Shazam.
Shazam. But we always remember it as Sinbad.
Yeah, we all. Yeah, or we it just never happened, did it?
No.
No, Sinbad was a movie. That wasn't the one.
Yeah, but with what he was all about. They remember him as Sinbad or whatever, something like that.
Yeah, Fort Jackson's got it. Shazam. The movie was meant to be called Shazam, but there wasn't. There was actually a movie called Kazam with Shaq O'Neal, but that's not what people remembered. People remembered a movie called Shazam with Sinbad, and it never ever happened. So how do people misremember a movie that never happened, dude?
I don't know.
Well, here we go.
You got me there.
Yeah. Cheers. I was getting a bit mixed up there. The Nayakas.
How do people remember an event that never happened? I don't know.
Exactly.
You got me there.
Mandela doesn't just go one way. It doesn't just go one way. It flips flops. It goes that way, this way. There's things that happen now that never happened before. There are things that never happened that we remember happening. That kind of thing. It's all over the place.
Exactly.
It's called deception.
But to jump to the conclusion that, to jump to that kind of conclusion from, people remembering an event that never happened, that could be a reason. I don't know what it is, though. But it's kind of a stretch to come to that conclusion.
I don't think anybody jumped to the conclusion Mandela Effect was real just by hearing a few things. They probably weighed out the options like oh, could it be mass? Could I be misremembering? Could it be mass misremembering? Then you look at your options and think, no, the least likely is it's not mass misremembering, is it? Especially when everybody sees it.
Godzilla, I was going to say, Godzilla 37, welcome, man. Thank you for your $5 super chat. Really, really appreciate it. He says, don't worry, guys. Owen has already figured all this out. We're just remembering movies wrong. Please PayPal Owen with your thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for the super chat, Godzilla. Really appreciate it. Yeah, guys, remember, Owen's a wizard, and he's the most intelligent guy ever to create the Earth, because he's lived for, what, 800 years or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a mass misremembering wouldn't really work with the event that never happened bit.
Back chat.
Yeah.
No.
He says the link brings him to the back chat, guys. I'm not sure why that would happen. Yeah.
Right,
you got me with that one.
I'll put in the link and see if that works.
No, but he's here.
Oh, you're here. Yeah,
he's here in the chat. He just has
you're
to.
In the chat. Yeah, you're in the chat. You're in the What you have to do, you have to press the camera at the top. There's a camera at the top of your screen.
And it's power level 5, yeah, and he's not muted, so.
You have to press the camera at the top of your screen. Whoever's trying again.
Lev.
Yeah.
Lev, yeah, he's trying to get in, and he was in before.
He does know. He's been in before.
Yeah. So not sure why that's happening. But yeah, there's a lot of things that I mean, the whole basis of this is it's just spiritual, guys, and there's a reason why this is happening, because it's part of the times, and Revelations does talk about this.
Yeah. Yeah, the great
16.
It will send a delusion.
Where is it?
Yeah, you can join. Hey, Flats, can I join? That's what he says. But yeah,
yeah, you can definitely join, mate.
But I don't know how you can't get in.
Unless it's banned.
No,
he's not
chatting. He's literally chatting in chat.
Lev definitely is not banned.
Alright. If it's not banned, then you should be able to get in. Yeah, you're right.
Let's just see what.
Why am I viewing source? I'm trying to see if I can get him in.
I've done that. I've done that when I've tried to. And people.
That's all I'm doing. How do I get him now too? Oh, there we go. Guys, by the way, I'm gonna mute him quickly and then unmute him.
His power level's 25. Anyway, so you should be able to get in.
Okay, unmute. If it would unmute him now. There we go, unmuted. Okay. We'll see if he's going to be able to get in now. By the way, guys, please hit the like button, share the show. It really does help to get the show out to a wide audience. And if you do enjoy the subject and you want to talk about it, you can hop right in and chat about it, definitely. King Fu, re-authentication was hiding its icon, loading and tried skipping it too. Maybe do what... I go through the browser on my computer. If you're on your phone, it's easier to go through the app. But if you're on the computer or something, go through the browser. Then you can just say verify later.
If you're on your phone, it tells you to verify with another device and stuff like that, if that's what you're on about.
Exactly.
Because I that on my
Nike,
phone.
Eli? Sorry, guys. Nike, Eli? Back to us, I believe. They're supposed to have been slept 2 hours ago, and they're still sitting here playing.
I can hear.
It's crazy.
There he is.
There's Liv. What's up? You got in.
How you doing?
How are you doing? I managed to skip and eventually, once I skipped several times, and then eventually I could get past that bar at the top because it kind of hides it all, so you can't click it.
Yeah, because you just say later, because it always wants you to verify. No matter how much time you verify, it's still gonna ask.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, it never loads up either.
So how you doing, man?
Not bad, quite good. So Mandela Effect's been quite a big topic, hasn't it, over years? Like, there's a lot of aspects about it which call for like an element of relevance and stuff like that kind of thing. So like the accusation that Mandela Effect is a misremembering, I don't believe that's true. I think the memory is accurate, and I think that it's also a psyop as well. So do you know, like in terms of like to say like the Bible's like misremembering and all these kind of things and stuff like that kind of thing, or the Bible's changing or something like that kind of thing, wouldn't that also be like heresy to the Bible? Do you know what I mean?
No, because this
so,
is what
like,
we're trying to explain in the beginning. Remember, God's word it's final. It can't change. But the Bible itself is just a book.
Yeah.
And that it's an inspired words of God by the Bible.
I mean,
Remember, human beings wrote the Bible.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you get
people wrote
you get
the Bible.
Christians in other countries that have never read the Bible, but they're still followers of Christ.
So wait, how do we know that God existed?
That's not the debate of the subject, mate.
Yeah, I know, but
if you wanna, we can always do a stream about why God exists. But that's not what we're chatting about here. What we're chatting about here is specifically.
You wouldn't need the Bible to know God existed anyway, but that's for another day.
Yeah.
You can't use the Bible to know God existed because people
I
wrote
never
it.
said that. I never said that. I said you don't need the Bible to know God exists.
Oh.
But we'll speak about that another day.
All right.
Yeah, that's a different topic.
Yeah.
Yeah. My bad.
So yeah, it's possible that the things are changed, the scriptures are changed, because even in Revelation 22, it literally says about if you blot out the changes of the Bible, then you will be thrown out. So it's part of deception, guys. It's part of the end times.
What did you repeat that a little bit again? What did it say?
Let's get it. Revelations 22:16, I think. Correct?
If anybody changes anything from these books,
they'll be blotted out of the book of life.
Yeah, what do you call it? The curses that were added to you. Like the locusts, all that kind of thing.
It's like heresy, isn't it? If you change the Bible in that kind of sense.
Of course,
that is like saying it's heresy and stuff like.
Yeah, exactly.
So, in terms of like the lion is mentioned, like, is it 150 or is it over 150? Like 150 times in the Bible that the lion's mentioned and stuff like. So, in terms of like finding, like the official quote, because there's like loads of them and stuff like that. If you search for lion and the lamb in the Bible, it comes up with the lamb with the lion, often a paraphrase from Isaiah, and more closely quoted, the lion and lamb, a child will lead them, and the light.
11:6.
Yeah.
But it's not the lion.
So
and
you've
the
got
lamb,
like lion and
wolf.
lamb.
It's the wolf and the lamb. The wolf will lie with the lamb.
Yeah, that's what it says now.
But is that in Isaiah? And how many times is it mentioned in Isaiah?
Isaiah 11:6. It says the calf will eat with the lion, but the wolf will lie with the lamb.
150 like examples to like cross-reference as well. And also to have like statues of like the lion, because lion's still like a representation of Jesus and stuff, isn't it? So there's still nothing wrong with having like statues of that everywhere and all that kind of stuff. Like, so there's other things which kind of like, like the other Mandela effects and stuff like mirror on the wall, for example, right? Yeah. When I were a kid, right, because this is part of Mandela effect, is like trusting your own senses and stuff, isn't it? Like your own experience and all these kind of things, right? So when I was a kid, I remember everybody used to say mirror in playground and stuff like that. And this is my true experience and all these kind of things and stuff like. So, like from me hearing everybody and wanting to be part of it, you know what I mean, right? And it's kind of like I weren't, because I've not seen it and all these kind of things. And everyone was telling me, you got to see it and stuff like. I mean, my parents didn't buy me Disney movies and stuff kind of thing. So I was being babysat at somebody's house or something like that, and they had it and they put it on for me and all that kind of stuff. Like, so when it came on, that scene, I was like really disappointed. You know what I mean? And I remember like going to school and stuff like that kind of thing, and like telling people and stuff like that. And they're like, we're all disagreeing with me and stuff kind of thing. Like, there was another girl that also knew, and she was like a bit disappointed. She seemed disappointed and left out of the group in a sense. Like, she was like the one on her own saying she knows, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. So that was like, when they were like 5-6 year old or whatever and stuff like. So, I mean, like furthering that, mirror on the wall, it existed before Disney brought it out. because it was a fairy tale anyway.
There was a book.
So that's how it used to be for years and years and years. So plays of it have been retold and stuff like that kind of thing, like especially like the early years of TV, because there weren't many channels and stuff like that kind of thing, and people were more used to going to plays and stuff like that. The family would read them fairy tales and stuff like that rather than TV. And then people would reenact those tales and all these kind of things at playgrounds and stuff like that kind of thing. So we used to say mirror, mirror before the Disney thing came out in playgrounds and stuff like that. So we're already kind of like a thing. So nobody's wrong in remembering mirror, mirror. And we all used to say it, you know what I mean, and stuff like but that Disney is the kind of change and all that kind of stuff like the cornucopia, there seems to be a lot of evidence of people like posting pictures of their old T-shirts and stuff like that kind of thing with the cornucopia on it. So we're right, there is a cornucopia. We're not misremembering. And if there's still evidence of it from back then, I also remember when it changed, when they stopped using it because it didn't look as good. And a lot of people did mention it at the time. You know what I mean? During that age and stuff like that.
I think I remember that as well with the cornucopia. I'm sure that there was a point where I remember it because I remember having a top. It was just a top, a burgundy top. And
did you know there's no tea?
Everybody had them.
I remember when they weren't using it as well, because I do remember. It's the same as the movie, the baseball one, Field of Dreams. I remember I remember that kind of flip flopping for me as well. I kind of remember what it is now. I kind of remember it being. But
did you know there's no tea in Skechers?
Sorry. Yeah.
You know, I remember thinking it is the way it is now. How it's meant portrayed. It's always been that if you build it, he will come. But I remember thinking it would make more sense if they said if you build it, they will come. I remember thinking that. So that one's a bit different for me as well. You know.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
And they're asking me to play this advert from Mr. T in the Sketches video. This is also something. Sketches with a T.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
T. I remember it with a T. I never wore Skechers, but I do remember it being a T when it was advertised.
But I'm making it just playing the sound with softer, slower, just in case for copyright reasons, guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you know there's no T in Skechers? Never has been, never will be.
That's weird because I remember when I was studying art, we had a project. We had to create sketches, watches, designs, and it was spelled with a T. I remember it spelled with a T, which is really weird.
Me too.
Hey!
I do too. But it never was. So there you go.
Excuse me, I'm just going to quickly chase the children to bed. You guys talk quickly amongst yourselves.
Okay.
The Star Wars line, Darth
I'm
Vader.
go now.
All right, yeah, cool. Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too, and PJ.
What are you saying? Are you off? Are you? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm off.
All right, later.
Yeah, I'm off. See ya.
Bye bye.
This one was a fun one. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll say bye to Flatzoid.
Okay.
Bye, Flatzoid.
Oh, cheers, Luch. Thanks for coming, man. I appreciate you being here. Have a good day or evening further.
This one was a fun one.
Yeah. It's something different.
Yeah. Alright.
Cheers, man.
Later.
Cheers,
bye now.
Hey, Glenn. Good to see you, man. Yes, I do get, because I'm monetized, but it's like a few cents. Because it all depends on how much views. But, yeah. But let's carry on. Let's see.
What you talking about, fool? Mr. T is always in sketches. T&D's sketches.
Ooh.
T&D's sketches.
Because I really do remember the sketches of the T. Really weird.
He's really lost. I mean, man, I know he's older now, but he's really lost his his muscle, isn't he?
Yeah, but you see a lot of the...
He was a pastor for a while, I think. He preached for a little bit, I think.
But you see, a lot of the things is if you stop doing your exercise things, you lose a lot of muscle mass.
Oh, definitely.
And especially if people weren't natural built, then they lose it much easier.
Yeah.
Because then it was just actually like water and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Very unhealthy.
Seeing these sketches.
And I mean, also think about it. How do you say it? Sketches.
Sketches. Yeah.
Sketches. It's just. How do you say it without the T? Sketches. I can't.
Yeah, it's to me it's always been T in there, but even if you didn't know it, to think of it, you'd think of Sketches being spelled with a T, you know.
Yeah, it's insane.
Right.
I don't think we have to watch the whole thing. It's just saying. But let's see what he says at the end, maybe.
I don't think he believes in the Mandela Effect, does he?
I'm just saying people often misspell Skechers and put a T in it.
Maybe you should think about changing it then.
Skechers, no T, just comfort. Did you
But yeah, nah. Definitely I remember a T.
It doesn't look right without the T.
It doesn't.
It looks
Even the
terrible.
logo, yeah, it just doesn't look correct without it.
It's same as Febreze. Doesn't look right, spelled B-R-E-Z-E.
Or what's it? What did guys talk about a lot? Jiffy? It's not just
Jiffy.
Jif.
Yeah. See, it's an American thing. We don't get Jiffy.
Yeah,
peanut
but
butter.
I remember seeing an advert of Jiffy peanut butter. That's the thing, and I'm in South Africa, and I remember seeing an advert about it.
Yeah, so you'll get products from there as well, more likely than we will. Yeah.
So how is it able for me in South Africa, a total different country, to remember a advert from Jiffy peanut butter, but it's not Jiffy, it's just Jif.
Yeah.
Jif doesn't even sound correct. It just sounds miffy.
Sounds like a cleaning powder.
Jif.
Sounds like a cleaning powder.
What is it, Jif?
Jif is a cleaning powder. Yeah. Scouting powder.
Cleaning powder.
Yeah,
Oh,
scouting
right,
powder, yeah.
Yeah, we get Jif.
It's peanut butter flavored, guys.
It changed though, didn't it? It was something else. It was Jiffy before, I think.
Sif.
There were loads of things that changed.
Yeah, they changed it to Sif. Yeah, but that's
like,
not
like a millennium age.
Yeah, that's not Mandela. That actually did change to Sif. You know, from Jif to Sif.
Yeah. Well, loads of things that changed the name. You know, like the Thurstons and that turned to Greg's and stuff like that kind of thing, and loads of different shops and etc.
Jiffy's a popcorn.
But
That says
even
Jiffy's
like
a popcorn.
Who said?
Popcorn.
Huh?
Popcorn. Jiffy is a popcorn. Don't know what that is.
Was it peanut butter or something?
I thought it was peanut butter. What?
Yeah. I thought, that's what you said.
Even things like
Yeah,
Snickers.
Jiffy peanut butter. That's what I pick up. Yeah, Jiffy peanut butter, natural for sale.
Yeah, see, that's not a British. We don't really get that over here.
On eBay, it showed as Jiffy.
Snickers is good because that we used to do marathon, don't it? And
Marathon,
everybody.
that's what I was about to say.
That, didn't we?
Marathon, yeah. It was always Snickers in America, but we had it called Marathon. But now we call it Snickers as well, don't we?
See there, it says Jif.
Starburst was Opal Fruits.
Opal Fruits were better.
Yeah, Opal Fruits were better.
Really odd. Skippy, Jiffy. See, there we go. That's how I remember.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah. Wow.
The Star Wars line, I wanted to cover that one as well. Like,
we spoke about it,
like the actual line is Luke, join me, come to my side, and we'll rule the galaxy as one. And then he says, well, I think Luke butts in and says no, and all that kind of thing. And then he says, what is it? The line kind of thing. Join me. I forgot what it is. I've said the first bit, which is the part which people miss out. So it's like people say he says Luke at the beginning when he first addresses him, but when he readdresses him to say that final bit, he doesn't include Luke again. You know what I mean, and stuff like. So when people reproduce it, when they've said it again and stuff like, they've kind of like they've said the shorthand version, especially like children not having to remember the entire thing that we were talking about, because it kind of it's like more of a deep line about like talking about like taking about galaxy and stuff like that kind of thing.
Wow.
So You know what I mean? When you're playing and stuff like that kind of thing, in that childlike mentality and stuff, you just save a fun bit. You know what I mean? In a way.
Yeah. I just want to say, wow, thank you very, very much, Ali. You rock. He gives 100 DKK. I use ad blocker, so this should cover a few ads. Thank you very much, man. I really appreciate your support. Ali,
He's obviously Scottish, isn't he? I was trying to wonder where DKK was, but Vicky's told me. I think it's, where is it? Denmark.
Danish krone.
Yeah, Denmark.
Denmark. Okay. But thank you very, very much, man. Danish coronas, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
really,
cool,
really appreciate it, Crones.
Absolutely, man. Bless you, man.
Yeah, really appreciate it, man. You rock. Appreciate all the support. Thank you, man. Really appreciate it, like I said. Hey, Trifecta Airsoft. Hey, guys, it's Eric from Eduk, our Soul Sketchy Sketches. Good to see you, man. I hope you're doing well. Remember, guys, he was the guy we had on, interviewed him about becoming a new flat earther.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I hope you're doing well, man.
Absolutely. Brilliant, man.
Yeah. By the way, do you guys like this kind of topics? Do you guys like changing topics a bit than just having the same flat earth stuff?
Absolutely. Definitely.
Let us know, because I think there's more to life than just talking to anti-flat earthers about flat earth.
Oh, definitely.
I actually I saw a video from Simon Dan. I think he released it today.
Right.
And I don't even know I watched it. I don't even watch his stuff. Anyway, he sent a DM on Discord to a few of us long time ago, a while ago, and I just ignored him because it's idiotic. It's like some geometry or math question, and I just don't see the reason in conversing with this guy, because it's really stupid stuff. If I give him the right answer, what's it going to prove? Then he's just going to say, oh, you see, now you're showing the math shows the globe to be true. So I just ignored him, and he brought a video out today saying, oh, he had some interesting results. He sent it to some flirts. I think it was me and two others in DM. I think Terry Reicher was one of them as well. And we all just ignored him. And we just didn't bother with him. We just ignored him. And then he turned his attention to Caleb and other people on Twitter and stuff. And Caleb says, no, you're just a moron. How about you come and just debate me? You know what I mean? When are we going to have a debate? And he just runs away from debates. Simon Dan will never debate anybody. He's too much of a coward. He can't, because he needs a script.
The closest I've seen him to debating anything is when he went on Omegle and saying, with a sign, like you get to see random people, you talk to random people, and it says, the Earth is a globe, prove me wrong, with a sign saying that. That was it. And I don't think anybody really spoke.
No.
So that's the closest I've seen him to debating anything.
But anyway, it was really idiotic, and I think out of everybody sent, one person tried to answer him and apparently got it wrong. Okay? Got some, I don't know, part of it wrong. And guess what his whole analysis on this was? No, we don't know the model better than they do. Because you're all ignoring him.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got that from that then. Right.
Just because we ignore him, because it's idiotic and childish.
That's very scientific, Simon Dan.
Yeah, it's as simple as that. If the guy's man enough to debate me, it's as simple as that, but the guy won't. He won't debate anybody.
He'll mention you in a video, but he won't debate. That's it. Just tell you how stupid you are.
As I said, these guys are just a waste of time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's guys, hit the likes, share the show. It really does help. I mean, why only 23 likes? There's more people watching, so just hit that button. Spazman Dash.
Yeah, science fiction Daniel. Yeah.
Simon Scam.
Yeah, somebody put Simon Scram. Gotta be.
But yeah, anything more you guys want to chat about with the Mandela Effect?
The some stuff you said earlier about like we're in a spiritual world and all these kind of things, right? Which I absolutely agree with, and I am not opposed to anything being possible in that kind of sense. So it's like I'm very open to like being, the possibilities of Mandela effect and stuff like that. In such terms, it's like a high conscious being could just appear in your room and have a really in-depth conversation with you for several hours and then disappear again, and with no evidence of it and stuff like that. And it's like, whether people believe you or not, and if it really happened, it really happened, or whatever and stuff like. So, you know what I mean? It's kind of like I can put certain judgment over things, but there is certain things. It's like flat Earth, for example. We all believed it were for a globe for a long time, and how our conscious betrays us. Like you show like the truth to people and they deny it. You know what I mean? And stuff like that kind of thing. It's a big thing like that kind of thing in a sense and stuff like. So like with Mandela Effect, we get put on the idea that these experiences didn't happen when they did happen. You know what I mean? So that's the thing. You know what I mean? So the Mandela Effect people are right. These experiences did happen. But the people who are against the Mandela Effect saying it's not real, they're also right because for the most part it is it is a psyop for the most part. Like I said, I am open to like any Mandela Effect that kind of gets put forward as real and all these kind of things and stuff like, and then for it to be investigated. If we find it to be real, then it's real. You know what I mean, in that kind of sense and stuff like. But I keep finding Mandela effects, which I keep finding like I've seen pictures at cornucopia on old T-shirts and all these kind of things and stuff like. So that did exist, and I also remember it changing. You know what I mean? So it's like it stopped appearing on T-shirts and you know what I mean and stuff like. And people used to discuss whether we were liking it better or not. You know what I mean? It's like people preferred the cornucopia. So
and that tells
I
you
remember
that. But you see, it's like that. That tells you it like physically changed. It wasn't just a bad
But
memory
no,
because
no.
people were having
It
actual
was.
conversations about it.
It happened. It's not changed. The logo changed. It were an official decision. The logo changed, and everybody were buying the new T-shirts of that year.
Without the
It was really
cornucopia.
popular at the time and stuff like that. And people were discussing about the cornucopia now, because like they're not using it now. You know what I mean? It's like, I prefer old ones. You know what I mean? I like the cornucopia. You know what I mean? So people were a bit disappointed about that change on the logo, and it was discussed. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like if you miss that window of that topic, you're just gonna miss it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But even if it was like a psyop sort of thing, I still would see that as a spiritual thing. Like that anybody would use that as, do you know what I mean?
Using it against like the globe it's an offense to reality. It's an offense to God's realm because it's telling you something, but it's not. You know what I mean? So that's what we're doing with a psyop. That's what the narrative of a psyop is, to make you believe something that's not real, and also to tailor you towards the simulation theory and all that kind of thing. Like that guy that left the Bible to go to the simulation theory, which is like satanic, really, when you think about it.
Like a big fat gaslighting thing. They try to gaslight it. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
So, I mean, even if you don't believe me in all these kind of things, at least if you explore that perspective,
of course.
Because if we can find like evidence that it did happen, then that's not a Mandela effect. You know what I mean? It's kind of like it's a big part of the truth movement, and it needs to be analysed properly. You know what I mean, and stuff like, because like a lot of people that put comments on Mandela effects and think this is really happening because they're having that actual memory, and if that memory were real, then they're thinking that reality is changing, and that's quite scary. You know what I mean? And a lot of people are putting comments saying that is really scary and stuff like. Whereas like they're not having changed memories; they're remembering the actual true memory, but that's for psyop because we're making you think it has changed. You know what I mean? And it has changed in a physical sense because of the companies have changed things, and I think they've done it intentionally. Like for years and years, they've put these out, they've planned it for all these years. You know what I mean? It's quite well orchestrated when you think about it and stuff like. But these loopholes, these things like Dolly's teeth is a video of a guy filming his VHS with Dolly having braces, so she does have braces. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, I can't say that that's not real now in that kind of sense. I remember having braces.
I remember.
You know what I mean? So sure. So we're all right in that sense. And that guy's got a video of it. So he's still got the video. So any more reproduced videos later, she didn't have them. They were like either edited out or it were filmed twice. whatever and stuff kind of thing. Again, to disassociate you with reality. Like I say, to tail you. I can't say tailor properly. Tail you to the simulation theory. Because if you're more acceptant to reality changing, and it could be due to it being a simulation, but change the code or something like that, then they're giving you reason to believe that way.
Yeah.
Where God's true in the nature is an expression of God. So that is like, you know, I mean, that's why the lion is a reference of it, you know what I mean, because it's an expression of like Jesus in that kind of sense and stuff like. So that'd always stay true in that kind of way and stuff.
Hey, Brian's in. How you doing, Brian? Hope you're doing well. He says those videos showing Dolly with braces are known fakes. In fact, the person that made it go viral admits right in the show description it's a recreation.
Is that true?
So it's really weird, but like I'm saying, it's still weird because
when I watched it,
yeah, no,
because I've seen like images of that as well. Like, sorry, go on.
No, yeah, because I mean, everybody remembers it with the braces, and it just makes more sense for the story for it to have the braces.
Yeah, and I'm standing up for both sides of the argument. It's like it's the anti-Mandela effectors and the Mandela effectors. They're both right. You know what I mean? Nobody's misremembering in that kind of sense. Occasionally, sometimes you do, you know what I mean, and stuff like. But most part, no one are. You know what I mean? Lion and the Lamb, I remember that and stuff like that. But I've never read the Bible. You know what I mean? So I've definitely heard it through media, like several times throughout my life and stuff kind of thing, enough times kind of thing, and I think it's been said that many times and stuff kind of thing on TV and stuff, but it's probably ingrained to us that it is how it's said, like, you know, I mean, I will remember it, you know, the lion with the lamb and stuff kind of thing. And I think no, but there's got to be more references to lion and the lamb, because there's too many, like loads of references of it. How many times is I'll type it into this.
Yeah. Let's see if I can quickly get it on the.
It's everywhere. I mean, it's in pictures, it's in sculptures, and it's in poems, in songs.
Yeah.
Birthday cards, everything.
It's crazy. Get bad. No thanks. Okay. You guys ready?
Yeah, man.
Let's see this. Moonraker. Original smile scene with braces.
Oh, yeah. I need to.
It's gonna have to pause it now and again. But I mean, look at that. You can clearly see. What are you guys watching? Oh, is it showing it? But you guys will.
Oh, it's showing it in two places. It's showing it in three places.
All I'm going to do is quickly pause it. I'm just going to quickly... Oh, because I opened it in Google Chrome. That's why. Sorry.
Well, I mean, that's one of the biggest ones, you know. She certainly had braces.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what made the joke, you know, because him with his big silver teeth that could bite through anything. Then he meets a pretty girl with pigtails and braces. You know what I mean?
Let's make it bigger just for this quickly, because now we can see the braces. Just muting it.
Yeah.
There we go. She's gonna smile. You see, because he's got the metal teeth, and she's smiling. There's the braces.
Yep. That's one.
But like Brian says, the guy says he made it fake.
Yeah. But that's what it was like. She had braces. Without a doubt.
But yeah, it just makes more sense.
I agree that she had braces, because like everybody says about like everybody being at family and making the reference to it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
at Christmas time or whenever.
But it just makes more sense that way for that story.
I remember watching it with my dad when I was a kid, and my dad was laughing at it because of that. You know what I mean? It's I remember it. It's everything. It was.
Show description. Let me do it this way then.
Brian said show the show description.
Yeah, just so that people are able to see. I'm gonna make it bigger now as well, guys. Moonraker original braces smell scene Mandela Effects. Okay. Then he says, disclaimer. I do not own the rights to this movie. This is intended for entertainment only. The footage has been edited with the visual effects by ROM30 VFX.
Yeah.
Let me try and make it bigger now as well. Just so you guys can see it better.
Yeah.
There we go. Footage has been edited with visual effects by ROM30 VFX. There we go. But thanks, Brian. Yeah, it really does help, man. Okay. Well, guys, when we finish with the stream, I think you guys would like to go and watch this Brian stream. He's having an interview with him and Shiva having been interviewed in 30 minutes. I think that's going to be quite... Channel? No, on Brian's channel.
On Brian's channel, well, look on Brian's link.
Guys, do subscribe to Brian if you haven't already. I'm going to quickly go to his channel and get his link.
I think Vicky's doing it now.
I'm doing it.
Oh, thanks, Vicky. You are ace.
That's why I'm the queen mod.
That's why she's the queen mod.
There we go. Yeah, that's why she's the queen mod. Queen bee, definitely.
She gets it faster and I've got to click with the mouse. She's on her phone, so she's just swiping and stuff, you know. I've got to click everywhere.
You got to do another stuff. I just concentrate on the chat.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, well. Yeah, Ryan Dr. Nate will be there. Yeah, guys, because we're all going to end the show anyway in a half an hour. Then, if you guys have nothing to do, go support Brian. Definitely well worth it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Brian is ace. Really enjoy his content. And I think he's doing a great job in presenting this information. Because a lot of people are too scared to touch this topic.
Yeah.
Because you get a lot of flack for it.
Despite what other people say, I appreciate what Brian does for the Mandela Effect, but I didn't come to the Mandela Effect because of Brian. I believed in it well before Brian. I just think Brian does a brilliant job at and digging up the evidence and that residue and everything from Mandela. I think he does an excellent job.
Exactly.
But it didn't come to it because of Brian. I was there. I believed in it beforehand, despite what people think. People think that we come to it because of Brian.
Don't you realize this though? With every topic, there's always someone they have to like as soon as you say something flat earth, oh, you guys are just taking this, Nathan and Eric Dubay and QE and them, when they absolutely have nothing to do with what you're discussing. And now with this, no, it's because of Brian, That's insane.
But it's those experiences I've had with the Magic Mirror one when I was a kid and stuff like that. Also the Star Wars line and all that kind of stuff. That's my personal experience. So when it comes as a Mandela Effect, it's well, that's not a Mandela Effect because that's exactly how I remember it. You know what I mean? So it's
yeah, but you get some people that do remember it that way, and some people that remember it the other way.
Yeah, some people.
But that's what makes it weird. That's what makes it mysterious.
No, because I'm saying it's the same as a Mandela Effect as my memory is. I remember the cornucopia. That's a Mandela Effect. But if there's evidence of it in past, and also I do also remember the big fuss about the change. You know what I mean? Because everybody did like the cornucopia to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when, about a millennium or maybe before then, it was something like that kind of thing. maybe before millennium. It might have been even mid-90s or something like that. I can't remember, but it was a long time ago. It's kind of like so that's the genuine thing about it, though. But like the cornucopia is quite a big thing for the Mandela effect. So if that's not really a Mandela effect, it's not really a reality change. You know what I mean? And people are remembering properly. Then that's a problem, isn't it? Because it's the truth movement, and that would not be a true Mandela effect if that's genuine. If those they're not fakes as well, that the cornucopia proofs.
Yeah.
But also like my own memory of that change and people having that fuss. So the Mandela effect required me to throw away my own memory. Whereas the narrative of the Mandela effect is to be basing it on your memory. So my memory is saying that those experiences are truly real, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. So that brings kind of like, to like make sure that all of these Mandela effects are genuine and stuff like that kind of thing. Because if it is all like based on like media and all these kind of things and stuff like, geography with where land masses are and all that kind of stuff like that's we all used to think it were a globe, so all the land masses have kind of changed and we don't really know where they are properly, to mapping it all out and all that kind of stuff like as well. So it's going to be expected with that. I remember heart being in center, but you feel it on the left, and you put your hand on the left. All these kind of things, it's symbolic and stuff like that. So you can feel it there as well, because where the bump is, but the bump direction. But so that's not a Mandela effect for me either. I remember that being quite young, because I remember believing it was on the left when I was really young and stuff like that kind of thing. But then I don't know, when I was about 5, I was told it was in the centre and stuff like so. I remember that denial and like saying, no, it's not, it's there, you know what I mean, you can feel it.
Because I remember when I was younger, I remember thinking it's in the middle, but then as I got older I said no, but it's in the left, and I was like, yeah, that makes sense, you know what I mean, because you can put your hand on the left, you can put your hand on the heart and on your chest and you can feel it beating that side.
I was taught slightly to the left.
Yeah,
slightly to the left.
But I just want to first
quickly,
But I first want to say thank you, 4Jacks, for gifting 1 membership, mate. Really appreciate your support on the channel. You rock, man. So welcome, John McClure. You were gifted a membership by 4Jacks. Thank you very, very much. But yeah, I remember I was taught. I can't remember, was I taught or was in the middle? I remember as a child, I thought it was in the middle. Something like that. And then later on taught notes in the left side. But that was me. So I don't really count that really as a Mandela effect to me, though. Because
I'm not sure about that one, because I was sure I was taught it was like slightly to the left, but you feel it on your left. Yeah. Slightly off center to the left. Yeah.
Is it with that when I was like wanting to reject it because I believed it was I still believed it weren't left, because we were taught to like put his hand over his heart, weren't we, at school and stuff kind of thing, when you're doing prayers or songs or whichever and stuff kind of thing. But so like, because you can feel it when you're told it's in center, you kind of want to reject it. Like, we're only 5, you know what I mean, and stuff like. But like in that kind of sense that everybody else at school still believed it were on the left. So if I were to tell any of them, they'd reject the information as well, because they can feel it. So it's like the same as what I experienced, but with me telling them, it's not like my dad telling me, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's like a parent in authoritative and all-knowing and all these kind of things, isn't it? So you trust their information, don't you? Whereas somebody at school could just make something up or whatever and stuff. But but that group mentality, because it's like, because we all believe in it. We all believe it's on the left. And then same for globe, you know what I mean? Because we all believed in it. And we all kind of like, we all spoke, if we're going to speak about going to space one day, you know what I mean? When you're a child and stuff like that kind of thing, you all just go along with narrative because you don't know any different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And stuff like, so it can be the same with that mirror. It's kind of like, because everybody at school, everybody wanted to say mirror, and if you said otherwise, you're kind of excluded. You know what I mean, and stuff like. So you didn't want to say otherwise. You wanted to join in. You know what I mean, and stuff like. So you had to go along with it. I was going around saying mirror, mirror with everybody in that kind of sense and stuff. Like, actually, it never happened after the Senate.
The thing that
but,
did,
but all lost interest then.
The thing that did catch me though, but is Tutankhamun with a snake on the head.
Oh yeah, the headdress has got two things on it. What is it, a bird and a snake now?
A bird and a snake, and I always just remember just the snake.
Me too.
I've
me
never
too.
remembered the bird as well.
The snake was
all the previous ones had the snake.
Yeah, so
and
apparently
then they were changing religion or something, I think.
Yeah,
but it's like it's a reference to the what was introduced to it, and also in conjunction with that potentially being like the last of that line, and probably being in line with the end of Egypt and the pyramids and all these kind of things and that civilization. It might have been what it were because the religion might have been pure, and then something else came in and says, "Oh, we need to join forces," you know what I mean, and stuff like. And it's like, "Oh, these reptilian people, okay, yeah." And the next thing you know,
yeah, but I mean, it was King Tutankhamun though. If you see all his depictions always throughout, I mean, even when you were growing up, and even when I was in school and we did history, and we had Tutankhamun, I specifically just remember seeing the snake. Never saw the bird and the snake together. It just looks so off. It doesn't even look like in balance. It's really
you remember being more than one though. Like there's all these other ones as well, and they like spoke about the other ones at school as well.
Yeah.
I remember ones being mentioned and stuff like that kind of thing. But like you've got like an abundance of one and of them kind of thing in a sense and stuff like.
I mean, let me quickly go to the images. Okay, see, this is I remembered. Look at that, just the snake.
Yeah, that's how I remember.
That's how I remembered. But
that's not Imbo, is it?
No, but look here.
No.
This. They have the snake and the bird together. It's like two different weird things. It's. Look at that. Look how weird that looks.
It does. It does.
It just doesn't gel with me. It's like this doesn't make sense.
Especially everything else being kind of symmetrical, it's odd.
It's like off balance.
That's two birds or two snakes that look the same. Yeah, you know what I mean? Either side, it'd be symmetrical. Because like that is fairly a symmetrical kind of headdress. Well, it is symmetrical pretty much.
I mean, that's supposed to be his coffin, and where did I go now? That's supposed to be his coffin.
Mm.
Can I zoom it in?
He's got a thing in each hand as well. He always had a thing in each hand. Is that also
he's always had that.
Is that also a reference to his things at top? And did the previous pharaohs only have one in one hand held?
I think
it's possible.
I think the symbolization way that was based on certain things, like roles that they played. They got a certain staff or something.
Like the bishop up for the snake, so it can control the snake, say, and the acting thing for the bird.
I don't know.
It's possible.
But maybe like the official people don't know because like we've not got the full story on it all either, have we?
No, of course.
But he's got one thing in his hand there. What's he got in his hand? Is it another bishop up thing?
I already went out, yeah.
He's got a crook in one hand and then like a lash thing in the other. Is it like a lash?
It looked like it.
Tutankhamun did. But what about the other pharaohs?
Oh, the other guy, he's just got the one thing, I think. Just the crook in it.
Yeah, I think so. I couldn't see it properly because it's on the other screen now.
Yeah, you could be right. I mean, you could definitely be right. It could have always been like that, but to me, it just doesn't. It doesn't look right. That's one I couldn't be definitely sure about. Anyway, I couldn't be sure about that one. But to me, it doesn't look right. And to me, I just remember the one code, but that's me being a bit ambiguous about it.
The arms being crossed with the two things in each hand. That's familiar. for definite. You know what I mean, and stuff like.
Of course.
So if they are referencing to the headdress, stuff kind of thing, then maybe there is relevance to it in that kind of sense.
Yeah.
It's quite difficult because it's kind of like you can just generalize, especially in past. It's like people which weren't specialists on Egyptians and stuff like that kind of thing, and they've made videos or you know, or I don't know, just things that's been in media and stuff like that kind of thing. Sometimes it's not always done to how it's supposed to be done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, we're showing you a picture of Tutankhamun, but there's a picture of a different pharaoh instead because we didn't really know any difference themselves. You know what I mean? So,
but do you remember?
In 70s.
Do you remember Tinkerbell in the fairy, in the intros when they always had her come and create that rainbow over the
castle?
Yeah, over the castle. Do you remember that intro?
Yeah.
It doesn't exist.
I'm sure there's like in there like a video.
Yeah, it was in
like, and it shows you
Disney videos.
I mean, it would be like a modern video of like they show you the chain of all the different ones of doing over the years.
The intro
changes, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, like they have the intro for Disney. They used to have Tinkerbell come up, go over, and then come and then hit the.
We have an X-wing for Star Wars.
The wind, and I mean, it never existed. It's stuff like that. How does people have memories like that? That's false. How?
I don't believe it's false. I believe it did happen.
Yeah, and they removed
it. It's just we're not. It's difficult to find the material now. Any modern movie, because it's like they change it every year. So it's like that will have been for a short period that they did that. You know what I mean? Like, so like now, like I say, like when the Star Wars one, it's got an X-wing that goes over or whatever they're gonna do and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Or it's the line of the Death Star, the crescent, light, shadow kind of thing.
Exactly.
You know what I mean, and stuff like. So you know, we would always update it or make it specific for movies or whatever and stuff like. Tinkerbell might have been reused in that movie, The Hook, because she's in that movie as well, isn't she? You know what I mean, and stuff like. So, like the intro for that, I'll look it up.
That's good.
Definitely. Ooh, I'm getting hot here, guys.
So jealous.
I think he's jealous.
Oh, you guys are still freezing up there.
They're messing with our minds, people. Yeah, it's still cold.
I was watching a Colin Firth video the other day, and he was saying it's still like -5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not quite -5 here, but it's cold. You know? It has been -5 in the past few weeks.
Bring on summer.
You guys can take my summer any day.
I'll have it.
No, it's too much. You might as well sit in an oven.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't have it. You know?
It's not. I don't enjoy it.
I'd be in the sea every day up to my neck.
Oh, it's crazy. No, it's damn hot here. I enjoy the winter. I'm a winter kind of guy.
Yeah, I prefer dark nights. I don't like when it gets too cold. I like spring and autumn. Is probably best for me. Spring and autumn.
I sleep better when it's winter though.
Yeah.
The only thing with the winter is that's not nice is if you're comfy in a warm bed, you're not in the mood to get up.
Yeah.
That's it.
But other than that, no, I love winter.
Look at the poll, somebody's saying. See what it's saying.
The poll? Okay, let's look at the polls, guys. 100 votes. You are for Mandela Effect as a thing. Yes, 44%. No, 43%. I'm in between, 13%. Quite interesting. It's changed quite a bit.
Right in the middle.
It's changed quite a bit. But yeah, guys, like we said, we're not here to attack anybody or something. If you got differences in how you see things, I mean, that's normal. People disagree with things.
Yeah.
We all disagree with each other, and that's how it is. We're just trying to figure out why there's so much pushback on the subject and trying to show the evidence for it. That's about it.
That's right.
I mean, if you choose not to take the evidence, that's your your baby. I'm not gonna say, "Ah, you heathen." But yeah, it's insane. It's just it just boggles my mind how so many things can be shown and people can just deny it. That's the only thing that bothers me. And it's definitely supernatural, exactly.
I think so.
Yeah, that killed.
I believe in supernatural things, but at the same time, it's kind of because it's like I'm finding evidence otherwise and stuff like that kind of thing. So it's kind of like, you know, if that's evidence, like, you know, like kind of go feel. I don't know.
There is some Mandela effects that I used to think was Mandela effects that I've only one or two that I've kind of changed my mind on, like Field of Dreams. I kind of remember that differently now. Do you know what I mean? But it's not with me. It's only like one or two, you know. Field of Dreams is kind of I'm split whether I remember it how it's meant, how it was, or how it actually is. You know. I do remember remembering that it sounds better to say they will come. You know, it would make more sense.
He will come.
Yeah, no.
He will come.
Apparently now they're saying it's about his father. That if you build it, he will come. His father will come in the end because of the match and that. So I'm on the fence with that one now, sort of thing. But yeah, as for the rest of them, I'm certainly sure about it. You know?
I have a shout out to make, a very personal shout out actually to Kiki's Ass Seabass.
Oh yeah.
He sent me a package just before December last year, and I got to fetch it today. And it's actually something very special. So I'm probably going to make a thank you video to say thank you for him.
That'd be cool.
I'm really looking forward to seeing this. He sent a DVD to me. God and Your Brain seminar.
Ooh.
Really cool. But the problem is I can't watch it because I don't have a DVD player.
Can't you?
Or even a CD-ROM in my computer.
Oh, I was about to say that.
So I might have to save up for a CD-ROM. But anyway, he wrote a nice letter and everything, and he gave some money and stuff, which is really, dude. Just want to shout out Kiki's Ass. He's been supporting this channel from the get-go. He's like one of the first patron supporters of this channel.
I think he is.
I think he is the first one.
Yeah.
And he's a huge blessing, and he's okay. He lives, dude. Cool. At a stage we thought he wasn't around. We're like, he just disappeared.
Yeah, a bit worried.
But yeah, definitely I'll make a video about that. I'm looking forward to this because he says this is actually parallels with the flat earth really well, even though they're not preaching flat earth, which is going to be very intriguing. And then I'm going to do an actual review video on this. Well, once I've got a way to read the DVD though.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to Kiki's Ass Seabass, man. Really, really appreciate you, man. You rock.
Really,
wow.
Really nice of him to do that. Cool guy.
Remember, in 10 minutes, it's Brian Stavely's stream, guys. Make sure you do go and watch it and support Brian. Because he's got an awesome channel with awesome information. Yeah, we should actually do a proof of the supernatural stream. 4 Jacks. I think that will be a cool stream. We can maybe do that tomorrow night. How you guys want to do that?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
We do show some evidence why there's a supernatural and why we believe in the supernatural realm, you could say, and why we believe there's a God. I think that can be an interesting conversation to have. You guys interested in that tomorrow?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, I quite like that idea.
Yeah, I think you'll like that as well.
I'll talk about it all day.
John McClure's been a flat earther since the 80s. He was like the only one. Yeah, there was probably a few, but yeah, in the 80s it must have felt like you were the only one, definitely. You never had anybody talking about it, you know, not in the 80s. especially in the 80s with the Cold War and them going off to space in shuttles and Challenger disasters and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Especially then.
Settlebomb guys, yeah, he said I should get a DVD where the region it came from. Well, it came from Australia. I'm in South Africa.
Is it expensive to get a DVD player where you're at? Or can you get them cheap enough?
It's about it depends. If you don't want a Hong Kong one that's gonna break after like a month or two.
No,
You can buy those for like 500 rand, and then you can get okay ones for like 1,000 rand. But for spending 1,000 rand on a DVD player, you might as well get a proper CD-ROM, your DVD-ROM drive for the computer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 50 quid.
So yeah, you're looking like 1,000 rand about. But like I said, you might have to look at getting a region. Well, this is in Australia, unless someone wants to go and buy one from me in Australia and bring it to me. Oh wow. But yeah, guys, I just want to say thanks all for coming again. I enjoyed the show. I think it was nice and chill.
It was brilliant. It was brilliant.
Something different to chat.
Even in the loops didn't take over the show this time.
I know, I thought he'd been kicked out. I was out of the room. That's why I was like, did he leave of his own accord?
Yeah, he left on his own accord this time.
I think he does try though, guys.
He does.
He does troll sometimes, but I don't think he understands it. I don't know. Sometimes I'm like in two minds. Is he knowing he's trolling or doesn't he know?
I know. It's hard to tell sometimes. When he's in chat, he's definitely trolling.
Yeah.
But when he's live with us, he doesn't seem to as much.
AC Lightning, what's up, man? Good to see you. Alan says his US DVD player won't play in Denmark. That's so weird. Why is that? Do they have some kind of blockage on? That's why I said it's maybe better just to get a DVD-ROM for a computer, because then you can get a patch and stuff and you can play it from any country. Because that's fine. I mean, I've on my old PC I played Tybo. That's from America.
Tybo.
Yeah, I dabbled in some Tybo, guys.
Exercise boxing, isn't it? Is it exercise boxing?
Yeah, it's like dancing with what was Billy.
I remember when Tybo came out.
Yeah, just like the thing.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But yeah, I gotta say thanks all for coming. Really appreciate you all. Appreciate all the super chats, likes, thanks, people that support the show. Yeah, you guys rock, and all the members. Thank you guys for coming on Element and being part of the show. That's also quite cool. Imagine I had to talk to myself in a mirror for an hour or two. How fun that could be.
No, thanks for having us. It's good to try and panel and get into topics and stuff like so.
What?
Talk yourself, and you'll end up with psychosis doing that.
But yeah, it was a great show. So I'll see you guys all tomorrow, and I think we'll do the spiritual chat tomorrow night. How we know we live in a spiritual realm. I think that'll be quite cool.
Yeah, it sounds good.
So yeah, guys, thank you for coming. Many, many blessings, and I'll see you guys all tomorrow. And then maybe see you guys on maybe a few minutes by Brian's channel. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye. May the pressure be with you. Blessings.